Hey, welcome back to another episode of Simple Truth Television. Today is January 3rd, 2021. Hey Siri, what is a scam?
That's what I found.
Okay, so let's read what a scam is according to Siri. A confidence trick is an attempt to defraud a person or group after first gaining their trust. Confidence tricks exploit victims using their credulity, naivete, compassion, vanity, irresponsibility, and greed. Researchers have defined confidence tricks as a distinctive species of fraudulent conduct, intending to further voluntary exchanges that are not mutually beneficial, as they benefit con operators at the expense of their victims. Thank you, Siri. I appreciate that.
Pleasure.
Okay, so there you have it. That is the definition of a scam. And examples of a scam is these professional leagues, the NFL, the NBA, the MLB, and others. The way you can prove that these leagues are scamming the fans, but they're scamming a lot of other people as well. But they're mostly scamming the fans. And the way you can tell that this is what's going on is by understanding gematria, the practice of coding numbers into words. It's the code that's used to rig every single professional sports game. You know, today, and not only today, but I guess since I've started doing this work, I've been very successful in predicting who's going to win these rigged games. And the way I've been able to do that is by understanding how these games are scripted. They are rigged. What is it that they're using to rig these games? Well, they are using numbers. And they're also using numerology. And by understanding that simple system, you can eventually become good enough to predict the outcome of these games. Today, we was able to nail 4 games. And I've always said this. I do not like football. I don't like the sport at all. I think it's pointless. It's not fun to me to play. I don't like to play it at all because when I was young, I used to play football, and the quarterback would never throw me the ball. So I was like, man, this game is really boring. Because if a quarterback has a favorite receiver, he's always going to throw the ball to that receiver. So this game is really boring to me. I always like basketball because when you play basketball, if you're not the best player on the team, then you shouldn't get the ball. But in football, it's always like quarterbacks tend to play favorite, and they do that in professional sports as well. I mean, think about these receivers. They get the ball almost all the time. So I never liked the sport. But yet, I'm able to predict who's going to win the games. And I don't know anything about football. I just know, the basics. Like, you have to get to the end zone. The end zone, you get the ball to the end zone, you get 6 points. And then you kick a field goal, you get another point. Stuff like that I know. But anything, I don't know the penalties that they call. I don't know any of that stuff. Sometimes they call, personal foul on this. I don't know. Nothing I don't know what they're talking about. But yet, I do understand one thing about the NFL and football. I understand how they are rigging the games, and I understand the system that they're using, gematria. And by understanding that, I'm able to predict who's going to win the game every single day. Now, am I right? Not 100% of the times, no. But as the people on my Patreon have noticed, I'm right at least 80% of the time. 80% of the time. The times that I'm going to be wrong is probably because that game was probably double coded. And, you know, what I've learned to do is to stay away from those games. So, you know, if you guys are new here, I have to do this introduction because you're the person that I'm trying to reach. You know, the people who visit my channel every day, and you guys are, you know, the people who are already awake. This is not for you. I appreciate your support and stuff, but I'm trying to reach the people who support these leagues. This is why I opened up the video giving you guys a definition of a scam. The definition of a scam is what these NFL owners are doing to you. They are making you believe in a product, and that product is not what you think it is. They're selling you a product that only benefits them, you know, because a lot of the fans invest money not only on merchandise, not only on tickets, but they also invest money in the casinos. And a lot of you who gamble on sports, the majority of you who gamble on sports are unsuccessful because you're being scammed. And these people who rig these games, they know how to manipulate your psyche, right? For example, how many times you've seen, you know, a great team like today with the Arizona Cardinals. Let's go to that game. Like, this is a pure example of what I'm trying to communicate to you guys, right? So today the Cardinals had their starting quarterback, Kyler Murray, on the field to start the game. Let's go to that game. Here it is. The Cardinals had their starter, Kyler Murray, start the game, right? And the Rams, they didn't have their starter. Jared Goff, the starting quarterback for the Rams, he didn't play. So think about this. From a fan standpoint, if you're looking at these two teams and you're trying to predict who's going to win, you're obviously going to pick the Cardinals to win the game because they have their starting quarterback, they have the majority of their players healthy, and the Rams don't. The Rams, their starting quarterback is out, and they have a rookie quarterback who has never played in a professional NFL game. This was his first game, the quarterback that they had playing for the Rams. So from a gambler standpoint, you're not going to invest money on the Rams. But if you guys notice, the Rams still won the game. And the reason they won is because the games are rigged. That's the reason they won. This game here, I told everyone that the Rams was going to win because of the understanding that I have of the numbers, right? So when you write out Los Angeles Rams, that is the name of the team that won. And the name of that team has a numerical value. It sums to 79 in gematria. If you notice today, the Arizona Cardinals, they fell to 7-9 ATS, which means against the spread. So, you know, I didn't tell people that the Rams was going to win, but I did tell them that they was going to cover the spread, which is almost the same thing because the spread was even. So I guess I could have just told them to, you know, pick the Rams to win the game because this game had no spread. But just think about that. And the reason Vegas is able to predict spreads is because they know who's going to win the game. Why would this game have no spread if the Rams don't have their starting quarterback? It's because Vegas and these casinos, they know that the Rams are going to win the game. But they're trying to influence people to pick the Cardinals. This is why they're promoting, if you watch all the previews of the game, they're promoting Kyler Murray, that he should have a great game, how much this game means to for the team to make the playoffs and stuff like that. You know, the TV shows and all the stuff that you guys see on ESPN, those are also layers of part of the scam as well. Because those commentators like Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith, they contribute to the scam. Because a lot of you who are fans of these rigged sports teams, you guys are also fans of the sports shows, right? Because you want to listen to them to see what they think who's going to win the game. But those people are also scamming you, right? That's why a lot of times you hear, I don't know if you guys remember Stephen A. Smith, who does I guess the first take. I guess he went 0-6 predicting the finals. And that's not because he's bad at predicting who's going to win the finals. It's because he knows who's going to win the NBA finals, but he's purposely telling people the wrong team. I mean, going 0-6 is pretty impressive. How is it that you're always wrong? I mean, that's impressive to me. 0-6. If I would have just went against your pick, I would have been perfect, right? But the reason he goes 0-6 is because he knows who's going to win. And he's trying to deceive you. Because he's part of the scam as well. So the Cardinals fell to 7-9 versus the Los Angeles Rams. The team that has the 79 connection in gematria. The other game we looked at was this one here, the Raiders game. And this was probably the biggest rigging. This was the riggest, the game that was, I guess, the most rigged out of all the games today. I mean, there was a lot of games. I didn't get to watch all of them, but this has to be the worst one. I mean, the Broncos, if you guys saw this game, you guys could probably look up the highlights. The Broncos literally called 2 timeouts late in the fourth quarter to allow the Raiders to win the game. The Broncos, at the end of the game, they had the lead over the Raiders. And they was calling timeouts. The Raiders had no timeouts left. And the Broncos was purposely calling a timeout to stop the clock, to allow the Raiders to advance the ball and eventually score a touchdown and then convert a 2-point conversion and win the game. And notice they won. The score was 31-32. And you write out Denver. Denver is 31-32 in gematria. That was the final score of the game. And the Raiders won with 32 points versus the Broncos. Broncos equals 32. Like I said, this was the most rigged game out of all the games that I've seen today. Now, I saw a couple of other highlights, but this was the most rigging that I've seen all day. The Broncos fell to 5-11 for the season. Raiders equals 115, which is the reflection of 5-11. Write out Raiders. Raiders is 115. Right? The Broncos became 5-11, the reflection of 115. And notice the Raiders became 8-8 for the season. 8-8 for the season. 8-8. Las Vegas Raiders, the name of the team equals 88 in gematria. They became 8-8 for the season. Notice the 101. That's the 26 prime number. And the Broncos became 2-6 at home against the team with the 26 connection. This is what I'm saying. By understanding their numbers is how you can predict who's going to win the game. If you ask me to name 3 players on the Broncos, I can't even name you one. If you ask me to name you one player on the Raiders, I probably could name Derek Carr, but then after that, I don't know anybody else on the Raiders. I don't know anybody else on the Raiders. But I know that they became 8-8 because the gematria of their team name sums to 88. That's all I know. And that's all that matters to predict who's going to win the game because the games are rigged. You don't need to know anything else. The other game. There was a lot of rigged games, but I didn't feel like, you know, what I do on Patreon, I pick out 4 or 5 teams or 3 to 4 or 5 teams. Usually it's either 2 or 3 games, but today I chose 4 teams, and all of them won, thankfully, and they were all beneficial because the lines were all very low. So if you parlay all 4 teams, you should have won a whole bunch of money today. And what I always tell people is, like, I don't understand why you guys make all this money on Patreon and you guys don't support the movement. And I'm helping you guys win a lot of money. With those 4 teams, you guys, I know a lot of you made over $1,000. I mean, if anybody tells me that they made less than $1,000 today, you guys are liars. There's no way you would have made less than $1,000. Well, it depends how much you invested. But those 4 teams, with a $100 bet on those 4 teams, you could have made well over $1,000. And I don't understand why nobody supports this movement. The other game is the Dolphins and Bills game. This was the first game of the day. The Dolphins, they became the favorite during game time. And a lot of people were scared on Patreon because they thought that because of the line moving, that the Bills was going to lose this game. And I'm like, Man, are you guys not reading the decode? The Bills are not going to win this game. I mean, the Dolphins are not going to win the game. This is what I wrote on Patreon. I put that the Buffalo Bills head coach, Sean McDermott, he was going to pick up his 38th career win versus the Dolphins, because Dolphins equals 38 in Gematria. Dolphins is 38. And the Bills became 7-1 at home. And they play in Orchard Park, New York. That sums to 71 in Gematria. And they also became 13-3, and football is 133. And then they won with 56 points on a Sunday, the most Jesuit day of the week. Of course, 56 is the number that connects to the Society of Jesus. And the quarterback for the Dolphins, Tua Tagovailoa, he fell to 6-3 for the season against Buffalo. Buffalo equals 63. You ask me to name 3 people on the Dolphins, I can't name you one. You ask me to name 2 people on the Bills, I can only name you, I guess, Jared Goff. Is that his name? I don't know anybody on the Bills. I'm sorry. I don't know anybody on the Bills. I don't even know. I don't remember their quarterback's name. Let me look it up. Guys probably think I'm acting, but I'm not. This is Josh Allen. That's like the only guy I know because I look up his stats before the game. So that's the only player I know on the Bills. But yet, I was able to predict that it was going to become 7-1 at home because that's all that matters. It's the Gematria of Orchard Park, New York, where they play. Right? They became 7-1 in their home field, 71 in Gematria. That's all I know. That's all I need to know. I don't need to know anything else. I don't need to know the players' names. I don't care. Those are all actors anyway. Scammers. What else? So it was 4 picks. So we had the Bills. We had the Raiders. We had the Rams. And we also had the Houston Texans. Now, this was another game that I was kind of worried about because I was like, man, the Texans at one point, they was down by like 15 points, and they still came back. Notice the score. Notice the score at halftime. It was 17-9. I was like, man, these people are going to probably get blown out. But no, the games are rigged, Arthur. Come on. You know better than that. The Texans. So what was it? Oh, okay, the 79. So in this one, you know, Titans have the 79 connection. Titans is equal to 79. Texans is also 79. So both teams have the 79 connection. And the Titans became 7-9 ATS. The way you can, I don't know if I can do it now because the game is over, but the way to verify the ATS records, like I always say, it's the website oshark.com. A lot of you write under the post, oh, the Titans are not 7-9 ATS. Yes, they are. This is the website to verify it. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Actually, yeah, it's here. It's here. Okay, so here it is. So you notice how the Tennessee Titans was 7-8 ATS. ATS means against the spread. So the Houston Texans, they opened up at 7.5 point underdogs. So I said, you know, take the points with Houston because the Titans are not gonna cover the spread. They're going to fall to 7-9 ATS because Titans is 79 just like Texans. So both teams had the 79 connection, and then the Titans fell to 7-9 ATS. And I actually wrote that here, right? Tennessee Titans can fall to 7-9 ATS, Texans, Titans both 79. So these are the 4 picks I gave out. And like I said, you know, these 4 picks can make you thousands of dollars depending on the amount of money you place on them. And you know, the reason I asked for support is because I can't legally gamble in New York City. I'm trying to build a studio so I can take this work to the next level. The reason I started doing the Patreon is because this can generate money, not only for myself, but for you guys as well. And it's making you guys way more money than it's making me because you're the one benefiting from the picks. I can't benefit from these picks. The only way I can do that is by traveling to New Jersey, and I can't do that all the time. You know, On the weekends, I have my children here, so I can't walk into a casino with 2 little girls, So it's like, even if I gave out good picks, me personally, I can't invest in the picks all the time unless I travel to New Jersey and I don't have the kids with me. So I ask people like, look, you made $1,000, send send a $20, $30 tip. It's not gonna kill you. So you made $1,000, and you probably made another $1,000 last week, and the week before that, you probably made another $1,000. People on my Patreon is up a lot of money. Last week was what was it? Yeah, Saturday, Sunday we went 1-1. Monday was the day that we went. We went 0-2 on Monday because I took a shot at the Patriots when I know I should have knew better that the Bills were going to destroy the Patriots. But I just said, you know what, the numbers are there to support the Patriots. Let's take a shot. And that's what gambling is. Sometimes you got to take a shot, especially when the numbers support your theory, right? But the point I'm trying to make is, for those of you that continue to support these games, you guys got to wake up. You're being scammed. And the reason this stuff continues to go on is because you guys continue to believe in it. This stuff is not what you think it is. This stuff is a mockery to your existence. These people treat you like you're the dumbest people on earth. And by you cooperating with their scam, you are proving them correct. Because I'm a person, I don't like being lied to. If you lied to me once, I won't be around you any longer than that. I cut a lot of people off in my personal life after lying to me. I don't like liars. So that's why, I used to be a sports fan. I used to be, my favorite basketball team was the Oklahoma City Thunder. I used to like Durant, Westbrook, and them. But those are, I woke up and I said, you know what? They are scammers. I'm not going to support these people anymore. I don't like people lying to me. I don't like people stealing my money either. And that's what these people are doing to you every single day. A lot of you walk into the casinos betting on the Cardinals. And you know what gets me upset? There's a lot of people who are awake, quote unquote, and they on my Patreon telling people to go against my picks. Why are you doing that? If you're on my Patreon, it's because you guys believe in my work. Why are you trying to tell people to pick the opposite of the pick that I'm giving out? That's going to influence certain people, and then it's going to make people lose money. A lot of you talk about, the Cardinals are a lock. Really? Why? Because Kyler Murray started the game, and then he gets injured 2 minutes into the game. And then, and this is what they do. Right? There's also another part of this, right? Not only are they scamming you, but this is also like, they also like to drain people's energy, right? Because the Cardinals, they open up the game with an interception, right? And they went up 7-0. So everybody that betted on the Cardinals is so excited. I told you the Cardinals are going to win today. And then they don't score another point the entire game, right? So they drain your energy as well. They steal your money. They mock you. And they also drain your energy. And that's what all this stuff has to do. It also has to do. This stuff is, it's a devil's work. Like they want to make you feel depressed, miserable, because you're a dumb person, and dumb people deserve to be depressed and miserable, according to them. Me personally, I disagree. I think that dumb people need to be educated, and if you're educated and you still choose to be dumb, then that's a different story. Then I guess you deserve it. And, what they do is a lot of times they tell people, we are deceiving you. Because, how many times the commentators are going to say, you couldn't have scripted it any better. Oh, what a script they written out for the Rams today, John. This quarterback, first time playing in the NFL, and look, unbelievable performance. Script. They're telling you it's a script. So they're literally telling you that this stuff has been written. And you guys still believe in it. So, in a way, I kind of agree with them. I kind of agree with the scammers. Because if I'm telling you I'm going to steal from you and you allow me to steal from you, whose fault is that? Is it my fault that I'm stealing from you? Or is it your fault that you allowing me to steal from you even after I told you that I'm going to steal from you? I don't get it. And I really hope, those of you that are benefiting from it, I really hope you guys support what I'm doing. I'm making you guys a lot of money. We are killing the NFL. These people, a lot of you are going to cash out a lot of money tomorrow. And it's thanks to the work that I put in, I put in 4 or 5 hours a day every time I decode these games. And I'm also writing a book on top of that. And I'm also being a father on top of that. And I also have a job on top of that. And I'm like, man, I really want to take this to the next level, but I can't do it because I don't like begging people to help out. I don't like doing that. And if people don't do it, then that's why this stuff gets nowhere. It gets nowhere. A lot of you say, oh, you're doing this for money. No, I'm not doing this for money. If I was doing it for money, I would move to New Jersey and I would bet on my own picks. And that's it. I wouldn't be putting my face out there because this stuff is also dangerous. You know that? What we are doing to these casinos is very dangerous. Nobody likes for the scams to come to be exploited. We are exploiting the scammers. And you think they like that? You think the casino likes to lose thousands of dollars because somebody, uncovered their scheme? They'll probably get rid of that person. If they get rid of me, that's it. So I'm putting my life on the line. And everybody else that teaches gematria is also putting their life on the line. Because we putting our face out there. A lot of you know where I'm from. A lot of you know my name. So I'm putting my life on the line to help the cause. And I'm not able to take it to the next level. Because even the people that I'm helping it's just pocketing the money and running away with it. Like, you guys are paying the $10 for the service, and that's it. On to the next week. Stuff is not going to get anywhere. I know it's fun to, make some money, but it's also fun to make a change in the world, There's a lot of people, these rigged games, they are affecting a lot of people. And I guess, you can say, if you decide to be a gambler, I guess it's your fault if you lose. But there's a lot of people who, they lose their homes, they lose their cars, they have to pawn their jewelry, they get into heavy debt because of sports gambling. Because they are being deceived. They really are being deceived, but it's almost like, I guess it's their fault. Because like, nobody told you to gamble in the first place. But if the games weren't rigged, those people who are gambling on the games will be way more successful. And that's what the casinos don't want. They don't want people to be the people who are gambling on the games to be successful. That's why they rig it. That's why they rig it. But what I'm trying to help the people wake up and see what the games are about. Because at least if I do that, guys will be like, you know what? Then you can make the decision whether you want to keep gambling or not, But at least you know that you're being, what the games are about. You guys get what I'm trying to say? If you know that the games are a scam and you still choose to gamble on it, then that's a different story. It's different between. It's almost like when you play 3-Card Monte. 3-Card Monte is a scam, right? Nobody wins, only the dealer. That's different than you going to I guess, let's see, something that's fair. I don't know anything that's fair. This world is full of deception. But if you're playing, let's say, chess in the park, both people who are playing chess, they have a chance to win the game. You see, that's different. If you decide to gamble in chess at the park, then that's different. Because, both of you have the chance to win. When you learn gematria, it gives you a chance to win. Because now you know that you're being scammed and you know how they are scamming you. This is what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get more people to learn how to do this. So you guys can become more successful. And eventually, if enough people get successful, I think that's the only way we're going to tear down these rigged leagues and everything else that goes on in the world. Because a lot of their power comes from these rigged leagues. A lot of the money that they use for all these false flags, they probably come from these sports games. So we got to do one step at a time. And I think this is the only way we're going to eventually end up winning this war. Get enough people to understand the code. Get enough people to win. Get the casinos to feel it. And use the revenue for things that are important, like pounding the pavement. Not just, making $1,000 on the picks that I'm giving out and then, going out on a date, paying for hotels and stuff like that, You got to use the money for something that matters. Like gathering up, building something, pounding pavement. But if you guys are just using the money to just splurge it on nonsense, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get anywhere. That's that. But I still want to say thank you to all the supporters, and those of you that still believe in the NFL, wake up. Stuff is a scam, and we prove this week after week after week after week. Go watch any of the other videos that I made. We hit them last week. We hit them the week before that. And if you still don't believe anything that I'm saying, just go watch the ending of that Raiders game. Why did the Denver Broncos call 2 timeouts to stop the clock for the Raiders? And then for them to convert a 2-point conversion when Derek Carr wasn't doing nothing the whole game. But he comes with 1 minute left on the clock, and the opponent is even helping him, calling timeouts for him. He converts 3 passes, and then converts a 2-point conversion to go up by 1. And then for the score to be 31-32 when Denver is 31-32, come on. I mean, isn't it obvious what's going on? So, I'm going to open up the phone lines, and hopefully there's some doubters out there and we can educate you guys, because that's what I'm here for, It's time to wake up. Stop letting these people scam you. So the phone line is open. The number is 646-986-0958. If, probably get a couple of more calls. If not, we could probably end it. Hello, how you doing? Hello. Hello?
Yeah, Arthur, can you hear me?
Yes, how you doing?
Good, man. I just want to thank you, Arthur. The last 3 weeks, Arthur, I made over $800 already, man. Thanks to your picks.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
And I appreciate it. I did give you a little tip. I mean, I'm just starting out, so...
You made $800. How much is the Patreon?
Right now, I made $800 the last month. Patreon, well, I took 2 of your picks today, and I added one of my picks because I went with the Saints because I did my own decoding on my own because, like I said, it's time for people to start learning.
Yeah.
So I decoded the Saints. The Saints were 11 and 4, I think, and they became 12 and 4, and the Jewish side is 124. That's just a little example, And also today the numerology of 45 and Saints. If you write New Orleans, is 45. So something like that. So I'm learning to, but no. The point is, I just want to thank you, Arthur. And like I said, the last 30 days, I made about over $800 already, man. And I started with $30, and I'm about $800, about $850 on Bovada.
So that goes to show you that I'm not on here, telling people lies and selling dreams. If I tell people that we are good at this, it's because we are good at this, and people are really making money off this. But what I'm trying to do is, it's more than just the money. I do appreciate that you made $800. Good for you. But I'm trying to really I'm trying to, maybe you can help me on this. How can we spread this work faster? Because, You know, it's gonna get to a point where they're gonna force people to get vaccinated, and people need to wake up. It's beyond the sports, but you know, we are in a difficult time right now. A lot of people have been imprisoned in other countries. Like, for example, in the Dominican Republic, they have a lockout at 12 o'clock p.m. You cannot be outside after 12, and if you are caught outside, you're gonna go to jail. So how can we reach more people at a faster rate?
Well, I think the people that are watching your channels, your channel, should be hitting that like button immediately. I mean, no, it's about start with that.
Yeah, but I say that every single video. Please hit the like button. Please share the video, and nobody does it. So I need some other ideas, because like all those things I already tried and they don't work.
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one, Arthur. I mean, let me think about that one. There are ways, but I'll hit you up later on that one.
All right, man. I appreciate it. But
you're right, man. But thanks again, Arthur. Though. I really appreciate it.
All right, enjoy your winnings. I appreciate you.
Thank you, Arthur. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, man. But because I'm saying, like, every week I'm gonna tell people the same thing. Support the Patreon. Let's build a studio. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's pound the pavement. Let's go. Let's meet up. How many times I've told people let's meet up at Central Park somewhere? So far, I've only been able to meet up with Johnny. Nobody else wants to do it. And then you guys want to make a difference? You guys don't want to make a difference. Come on. Let's stop it. Let's be realistic. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, Simple Truth TV? This is Eric.
What's going on, Eric?
Oh, not too much, man. Congratulations on your pick, man. Hey, you're good at what you do. It's rigged, though. I mean, people just got to understand that.
Yeah. And it's like, I mean, who else is this successful at handicapping sports? I mean, if you don't know the code, it's almost impossible for you to be at hitting a 90% rate.
The scammer Steve Stevens, Vegas Dave ain't even successful as we are in the gematria community, man. Them folks are a joke. Like, they charge people $500 for the picks, and I put some of our picks like on some of these websites, man. You'd be surprised how popular I am, because I just go on there and post some of our picks. And I just put them on there for free, and man, it's like I'm a little legend already, but I'm not like on the internet. They like, man, how you pick these winners? They don't understand gematria, though. You know, some of these sports sites.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's like,
yeah. There's like 3 people on my Patreon that, you know, the picks that I give out, they go on and sell it. And I'm like, man, look what these people are doing. Like, these people don't want to help the movement. You know, these people are trying to. They pay $10 for my Patreon, and then they take the picks that I give out, and then they sell it. They sell it on. They tell people, look, I'll give you 4 picks and charge $100 for them, and make money with the work that I'm doing. When I'm like, that's not the point of this. Because if I was trying to treat this like a business, I wouldn't be charging $10 first of all.
right.
Because these picks are not worth $10. These picks are worth way more than that.
Exactly.
And for people to do that, they just proven that they don't want to make a difference. They just want to pocket money. That's all it's about.
But you know, I've been with you since day one.
No, yeah, you're one of the realest on this community. But there's not a lot of people like you, unfortunately.
Yep, and I sent you something on Cash App today, and I started out betting just $20 a game, like just trying to build up, you know. So. I built up over a couple thousand just off our picks, and man, I never could win before I learned gematria, man. So thanks to you and Zach, man, since 2013, I've been straight winning. Like, I ain't got to whack no credit cards or go in debt or nothing. It's like I'm just taking money out, man. I'm hitting. It's like, even my wife amazing. She's like, man, you've been hitting lately. I'm like, hey, I told you, it's rigged, you know. So
yeah, absolutely.
Because you could never hit before that, man, because the money.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, that was me. That was me before I learned this. That was me.
Yeah, because if you use just sports knowledge, you just watch sports and you be like, okay, yeah, man, no way the Raiders, man, they ain't been doing nothing. Them are gonna get them tonight.
Yeah, you know? and then did you see the ending of that game?
Man, I watched it and I said, man, no way, because at the beginning, like I followed you and Zach. and everybody do Gematria. We was thinking that the Raiders was gonna finish 11-5, and when I seen the Denver could finish 5-11, I said, man, there's no way. And I even went and spent $50 a day. Like, I know how rigged it is, but I bought a Raiders hat and a Raiders jersey. And people was like, man, you got Raiders, all that on. I'm like, I'm about to make $500. I sent you a picture. I put $50 on the parlay, and it turned into $500. That parlay paid plus $1,000. So anybody that bet $100 on the 14, it paid $1,000.
That's what I mean. People made $1,000 off these picks.
The lowest odds.
There should be no reason why I don't have a studio, man. Because I'm like, man, I know handicappers that are like 40% accurate, and then you see them with a big, nice studio, and they have like almost 100,000 subscribers. There's like 1,300 people on their live streams. There's 59 people watching my live stream.
Arthur, people don't realize the realities of gambling. The chances of going 70% against the spread over 1,000 plays is 1,000,000,000 to 1. I tracked all your plays. You went 57, 58%. That's like, I mean, none of the Vegas best can't hit that. Yep. That's like the best in the world. So every 100 games you can hit over 1,000. Betting $100 a game, and you compound it. You can make like 10, 20,000 a year just betting 100 a game, and then you compound that, you can double your money every year. You know.
Wow, I never looked at that. Yeah, that way.
Yeah, if you can Google it, the chances of hitting 70% against the spread is 1,000,000,000,000 to 1.
Oh,
so
wow!
If you can hit 60%, 58%, that's the best in the world, and you proven to me that you can do that. I tracked all your plays when you kept the record up.
Yeah,
we was like 100-some games over 500. That's the best in the world. Like none of the professionals, Teddy Covers, Vegas Dave, Steve Stevens, none of those scammers can do that shit. Like I'm telling you, it's like, and the only way you can do that is Gematria.
Yeah, that's
like
nowhere in the world. That's the only way. That's the only way.
Or some guys can do it, but they got these elaborate systems, and I mean, it's like you got to have a damn.
Well, it's not. You can't give all the credit to Gematria because there's a lot of people in this community that code sports, and they're not even that successful as we are. So,
right.
You also have to have, you got to find what works and learn from your mistakes.
Yeah, you got to watch the money too. When the public, because the public never win. It's like
I don't like doing that because if you notice last week the Bills, there was like the money was 90% of the Bills and they still beat the Patriots.
Oh yeah. Now sometimes that's all sharp money, so you got to go to Sports Insight. It's like a website that costs $10, and it'll tell you like where the sharp money at, what's the contrarian play, and I'm telling you, it's like I said, I just try to hit 55%. So over 100 plays, if I can win 55 and lose 45.
You're still winning, yeah.
Yeah, over those 10 plays at $100 a game, I still made $1,000 in that month, you know? So 3 plays a day, you know what I'm saying? So don't worry about trying to go 100% because you're going to give up too many winners, you know?
Yeah, that's what makes it hard because a lot of people expect me to hit the parlays every week.
It's like you got to straight bet it. Even if you start at $20 a play, straight bet everything, and you're going to win more than you lose, and it's going to compound. Yeah. Just bet a small percentage of your account, and I mean, it's going to compound and add up. Like, I started with $70, man. I'm probably up over $10,000 off $70.
Wow.
Before the NBA, before the Corona hoax, when we went on that 22 and like 3 runs.
Wow, I know, man.
Yeah, it was crazy, man.
I thought I was gonna have the studio right after that, and I was like, man, they shut everything down.
And we ain't even got in the NBA yet. I mean, I'm just picking those games off. Like,
yeah, I don't think do we even need the Dakota NBA the way we're doing it in the NFL?
Not right now. And college just is rigged, man. And I know I'm not nowhere near sharp as you with the prime numbers and all that. But like some of the college games, I can just pick those, just like run the Gematria, and like I can see a team can go to like 4-4. Against like Florida was playing a Georgia team the other day, and they could go to 4-4, and Georgia is 44, you know, and Florida or whatever. It's just easy like that, man. It's so much value. Like it's all rigged. I'm telling you.
Yeah, but you know, the Raiders game, they became 8-8. Las Vegas Raiders is 88. But a lot of people, like, when they decode, they only use the 4 ciphers. They gotta use all more ciphers than just the base ciphers.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, they Jewish. That's like one of the best ciphers that they use. Like, if you click on the Jewish cipher, oh, they love that cipher because all the stuff they do is like the Jesuits and the Jews and whatever. But they love that cipher there, the one in the pink.
Yeah, I know the Jewish cipher. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you, Eric, and thank you for the support. Definitely a day one. I appreciate you.
But yeah, remember that, man. The chances of hitting 70% against the spread is 1 trillion to 1. So 60%, anything like that is like nobody can get to that unless you really know something. And like certain casinos and sports books will ban you if you get that good. So you got to bet some parlays and stuff going off,
Yeah. If I start going to casinos, they'll probably have me on. Y'all have my picture on the wall.
Yeah, you'll be known as a sharp bettor, and they'll move lines like. When you give out your picks, the line will move because it'll be such a good pick. They'll change the spread.
Yeah, that's what happened today with the Bills. That's what happened with the Bills. You notice how they became the underdog right before game time.
Yeah.
Man, I wish I would have put some money down, man.
Oh yeah. Man, you should get enough tips, and you shouldn't even have to worry about.
Nah, it's always like the same 3-4 people. It's always the same 3-4 people that support. I don't get it. But because like when I'm wrong, like when I was wrong on the Celtics, I would get like 1,000 messages, and I'm like, oh, look at that. When I'm wrong, the trolls are so active. When I'm wrong,
we had the winner. We knew. I mean, you could have just been a scam capper and just been like, just take the Lakers all the way.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So
it's like we was just taking a shot at the other shit. Like
exactly, I didn't have to do that. I could have just said take the Lakers to win the championship. Yeah. I was trying to nail everything. Yeah.
Everybody. So.
Yeah. Right about that.
But yeah, man. It take a shot to make money. It's called a gamble, and I don't care about losing. Like as long as I can win more.
No, as long as you learn. Well, losing is important. You gotta learn from your mistakes. Don't just brush off the losses as just losses. Those are also lessons. Losses are lessons. And I think that's why we are able to go 19-1 or 23-2 or whatever. It's because we learn from the mistakes.
They'll believe if they hadn't followed your picks like I have, man, they'll think a record like that is.
And then you notice how you left a comment today, and then somebody right under said, "Oh, I don't think the Bills are gonna win." Like I don't understand why people do that.
Yeah, let them fade us. They'll end up keep adding money to their account. Let them keep fading us. You can't say nothing to them. Like you're gonna have trolls in this business, man. It's like people don't understand the realities of it. They don't want to learn how to gamble. They don't want to learn how to bet. They don't want to learn gematria. They just want the free picks and pay $10. I mean, you could charge $100 a month, Arthur, and like.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I keep telling people if I wanted to do this for money, that's what I will be doing. I'll be charging $100 a month, and I'm never gonna charge that because I want more people to afford it, and I want people to get behind it. But nobody cares. Like how many times I told people let's pound the pavement, let's gather up in New York City, and nobody does it.
Man, I tell these people here in Georgia, I try to put the word out. And they should know. They wondering like, man, how are you winning so much? They like, man, shit, I can quit driving trucks, man. It's like I can win 1,000 a week just on sports, easy,
One day a week.
Yeah, one day. It's like.
And literally, all you're doing is just watching the scoreboard.
That's it. Run the numbers. You know what I'm saying? You got to know as easy as ABC, though. Like, it's nothing high tech or nothing like that. You don't need a computer or nothing. Just run the numbers, see what's what, put it in the gematria and cash out,
Appreciate that.
Yeah. But keep it up, man. Keep putting out those good picks. We're going to hit them in the playoffs real hard. Because we already got an idea of who's going, So.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do.
Yep. We're going to run the gematria that week 1, week 2, week 3, stuff like that. All that counts,
Yep.
So, yep.
Appreciate you.
But all right, man. Appreciate you. And, keep up the good work. And as always, man, stay safe. How's it going in New York? Is everything locked down still?
Well, no. It's stuff. Well, the restaurants and the court systems and stuff like that, but everything else is open.
Man, they've been scamming for over a year. They ought to be tired of scamming people, man.
And they killing people as well.
Oh yeah, no doubt about that. Don't go to no hospital. I know a couple fools. They can't wait to get this shot, but like
yeah, my uncle went to the hospital and never came out. So.
Oh yeah.
Because they don't, there's people, there's even members of my family that don't believe in the work that I do. I told them, listen, if you supposedly have coronavirus, do not go to the hospital. What happened 2 days later? He died.
What happened to the common cold? I had a cold.
Yeah, nobody gets cold. Nobody gets the cold anymore. Everything is the corona.
Man, I'm not taking nothing. I'm not going to no hospital or nothing. Like, I just drank some soup, drank some orange juice like I been doing for 40 years.
That's it.
Like, who ever had a cold before? Like, who want to go get a shot?
You can't even cough. You can't even cough in public anymore.
Yeah, man, it's weird. It's getting weird out here. But you know what? They trying to get rid of.
Well, they're not trying. They are. They've killed a lot of people. They've killed real people in real life.
The Georgia
that part is not a conspiracy.
Man, cut the population, so the sheep. Hey, man, we gonna have to cut our losses with them. Like, they don't want to believe in it. Baby, hey, only the gematria community will be left, and the Jesuits or whatever. But I man, have a good night. I'm gonna let you go.
All right, thanks a lot, E. So Nikki says that the Packers won with 35 points, and they became 13-3. Football's won 33, and those of you on the Patreon, that guy that I told you, that spoke to you about. I'm not gonna say anything else. I'll leave a post on Patreon and I'll further that decode. Yeah, but there's a reason the Packers became 13-3 today. Hello, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, bro?
What's going on?
Hey, nothing much. Hey, I'm watching your live stream right now. You still live?
Yes, I am live.
I'm on the live right now.
Yes, you are.
Word, nah, man. I just want to give you your shot, your props, man. Big ups to you right now, cause what you're doing is real big. You feel me? And me and my girl, we fuck with Simple Truth TV. She be souped up watching you, cause you be saying that real shit. But I just wanted to let you know, like, I hold on. I don't want to hit myself. I just been like tapped in with the how fake the football is, because I'm a Patriots fan. So
we gotta stop right there. No, from today on, no more. You're a Patriots fan. I don't want to hear that ever again.
Yeah,
do not be a fan of these scammers. These people are the worst people on earth.
That's a fact, bro, and you're absolutely right. You're right about that, because I'm not even a fan no more of the bullshit.
Yep.
And then you remember how they had to humiliate what's his name, the owner, Robert Kraft.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, with the rape charges.
They had to humiliate him with the rape charges and all that type of shit. And
all that was all ritual.
It was all ritual. It was the humiliation ritual.
Yeah.
That's right. So, bro, so how long have you been doing this for? Like, how long have you been doing this work?
How long I've been learning it, or how long I've been putting out videos?
Nah, I mean, how long you been learning it? Because you're pretty good at it, bro. So,
it was the year that Mike Brown died.
Mike Brown, is that a football player?
No, Mike Brown is the guy from Ferguson. He was killed by the police.
Ferguson, the black guy, yeah.
Yeah, are you familiar with Zachary Hubbard?
Yeah, I'm big on Zach. That's how I went.
Okay, yeah. So he put out a video on Mike Brown talking about the number 33, and I was like, "What is he?" When I first saw it, I was like, "What is this? What is this 33?" And I just kept watching from then on. So I'm not sure what year Mike Brown died, but it was right after he died. Because I just knew Mike Brown. The whole story was just weird to me. How they supposedly shot him dead, and then they put him in the police car.
Yeah.
I mean, when have you ever seen that? Why would they put a dead body in a police car?
Do you know what team he played for?
No, he was a regular civilian, Mike Brown.
Wow, Mike Brown.
Yeah, he was buying. Remember, he was buying the cigarettes at the store, and then the police stopped him for shoplifting.
Was that the big guy from New York?
Yeah, no, well, I'm not sure. No, he was from Ferguson. He wasn't from New York.
Oh, he's from Ferguson.
Ferguson, Missouri. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was killed by the police, and then it went viral, and it was all a racial shaming ritual. But yeah, so whatever year that was, from that year to now, so
Wow.
probably like 6 years.
That's cool. All right, so I got another question. Who do you think is gonna win the Super Bowl this year? Because my strong favorite this year is the Saints with Drew Brees right now.
Well, I put a decode out on Patreon, so if you're on there.
Yeah, I'm actually about to get on your Patreon. I'm actually about to get on your Patreon.
Yeah, so I'm gonna release a video soon because I'm still gathering up information. I don't want to put out a pick and then have the same thing that happened to me last playoffs.
Yeah,
I was so confident on the Celtics that I just closed out everything, all the other possibilities. So I'm not gonna do that this year. I'm gonna leave my ideas open. But
and then bro, do you think that college basketball? Do you think we could use the same type of decoding for college basketball?
Of course. College basketball is as rigged as professional sports.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And then what do you think about the like the basketball manipulation right now, like with the rims and the balls and stuff?
Yes, that's all true. They're using technology to make sure the ball goes in and out.
Word. Dang, man. Now I'm probably like, this is my first time doing this, so I don't want to ask like any type of question. But if you're gonna keep doing this, I'm gonna probably call like a couple more times, and we'll be able to talk. I'll be able to like have better like stuff to say to you the next time I call.
Absolutely.
But yeah, man. But keep doing your thing, bro. We're gonna keep supporting you. Me and my girl, we're gonna keep supporting you. We're gonna spread the news, and hey, man, step it up, man, because like now you got people like me who have seen how good your work is, and we're gonna support, and let's expose this shit, man.
Thank you. That's the goal.
No doubt, brother.
Appreciate you,
man. I'm gonna call again next time.
Thanks a lot, brother. Hello, how you doing?
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, this is Nestor. This is my first time calling in, but I've been watching your channel for quite some time now.
Thank you. I appreciate that. What's going on?
So I want to get into 2 points in this call. The first point being is I am a bit skeptical on this due to, what you do is you have a 50% chance of being right for every pick. Does that make sense?
No. It's not 50%.
Okay, can you elaborate on that?
If the Lakers are playing the Knicks, you think it's a 50% chance that the Lakers win? Or is it higher than that?
The Lakers against the Nets?
Yes. No, against the Knicks.
No.
Because if it was 50%, then the spread wouldn't be so tilted, Like how today the Browns were, 10-point favorites over the Steelers?
Yeah, I don't think you understood my point, though. I'm just talking about in general. Just in general.
Well, no, because when you're gambling, you're going to pick the better team according to your theory.
Yes, but that does not address my point, though. For me, the way I see it is, in the game, there's 2 teams, right?
Yeah, but I get what you're trying to say, but it's not multiple choice. It's not like, what's the right answer, A or B? That's 50%, because A is as equal as B. If both teams are equal, then you can say that the odds are 50%. But if one team is better than the other team, then it's not 50%. That's why they have spreads, so that it can make it even. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand that, but I don't think you see it from my perspective. The way I'm seeing it, just in general, because there's 2 teams.
Okay, so you're saying, okay, let me just get you, because I don't get why you don't understand what I'm saying. If I put money on the Knicks to beat the Lakers, you think that I have a 50% chance to win?
Like in general, you do have 50% chance.
No, you don't, because the Lakers are way better. It's a way better team. You don't have a 50% chance of winning, unless you take the Knicks with the points. Then that gives you a 50% chance of winning.
So what are the odds?
The odds will be, that's what Vegas does. They create the odds. For example, today, the odds of the Browns beating the Steelers was -10. So whatever that is.
Yeah, but I don't think you still see it from my perspective. I understand what you mean now.
You don't understand if you don't. How can you say you understand? You don't understand.
Yeah, I do. You're saying that the rosters on the teams depend on that. That's how the odds work.
All right. So what is your purpose of this call?
I was gonna address that. Like I am a bit skeptical on that, just because regardless of what side you pick, it's gonna be 50% chance. Like, you know when you flip a
I just
coin?
told you that that's false. So I don't understand why you keep asking that. That's false. If you put money on the Knicks to go to beat the Lakers in a regular season game, you do not have a 50% chance at winning unless you take the Knicks plus 10 points, for example. That's the only way those two teams match up evenly. You have to give the other team more points. This is not multiple choice. When it comes to gambling, it's not multiple choice, pick A or B. Teams have players. Those players are better than the other players. But what I'm trying to teach in this channel is that the games are rigged. It doesn't really matter who's playing on the team. All that matters is the numbers and the gematria. That's what matters. So technically, it's not even 50%. It's whatever the riddle is, or whatever the ritual is.
Okay, I'll give someone else a chance to call in.
All right. People, what are you talking about? 50%? How can that be a 50% chance? You think your odds is 50% if you put the Knicks to play the Lakers? You think you have a 50% chance at winning? No, you don't. By the second quarter, you're gonna be down like 20 points if you by going by your theory. What are you talking about? I don't like getting upset at callers, but that's just. And then he goes, "I understand." No, you don't understand. You don't understand. The Knicks playing the Lakers is a 50% chance. What are you talking about? Can you lower the volume, please?
So,
Yes. How you doing?
not much, man. So I called because I'm interested in I know you said you're coming out with a video, but it's a lot of numbers that line up for Brady. I don't know if you've been paying attention to it or not.
There is definitely a narrative for the Buccaneers. There is.
Yeah, and he can become 7-3, and like 73 has been the theme this year. Romeo Cornell, oldest coach in NFL history at age 73. Redskins from 1927 to 2020 is 73 years. The Cardinals just missed the playoffs. Makes it 73 years since they won a championship or a Super Bowl. It's just a lot of 73. The Buccaneers became 7-3 and 5-5 against the spread in Week 10. Like Brady can become 7-3 in Super Bowl 55. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why did that line up like that if he wasn't going to win?
Yeah, and when the season started, I said that I liked the Buccaneers, but then I saw the ritual with the person that I think you called last week. I told you about it, right?
Right. Yep.
Yeah, it's just that ritual is just very strong to me. But the Buccaneers definitely have a narrative. That's why I haven't put out the video yet, because I want to make sure that whatever pick I give out, that I'm 100% sure. That's why I haven't put out the video. I'm not 100% sure on the team that I'll give out yet. I'm more like 80% sure. But the Buccaneers definitely have a narrative, and I'm thinking like, okay, so if he does become 7-3, he's definitely gonna become 8-3, because that's the football number. He was born on 8-3.
And he signed a 2-year contract with Tampa.
Oh yeah, so I guess he could become 8-3, the football number. But
And another thing is, Tampa won their only Super Bowl in the 83rd NFL season.
But hip hop equals 45, right?
Yep.
And going back to Super Bowl 45, what happened?
Super Bowl 45 was 2 years before the Ravens won it, so that makes 45 is at Green Bay and Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I see what you're saying with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I get that too. But it's just
they just been throwing this 73 at us. It's like screaming at us, you know what I'm saying? And I just been feeling like, why would they have Brady, age 43, up in age, like, if he wasn't done? Like, if he was done, he would have retired.
Yeah, I mean, the 83, he was born on August 3rd. That was like my first theory in the beginning of the season. And then he signed, when he signed, it was perfectly synced up with the Super Bowl.
And he has 73 career playoff touchdowns.
And the Super Bowl is on 3-8.
Yep. And when
The 38th there, I mean.
He has 73 total career playoff touchdowns. If you subtract the Super Bowl touchdowns, it's 55. What are the odds? So he scored 18 touchdowns in the Super Bowl and 55 in the rest of the playoffs. 18 and 55 is 73. But 55, like, what are the odds of that?
But if he plays I definitely got the Chiefs going. I don't think that's a mystery.
And Chiefs makes sense because Pirates and Chiefs, like, and then I think about, like, Thanksgiving and all of that. That makes sense to me. Well, 28 has to play because each conference is going for the 28th conference championship and the 28th loss, respectively. So the 28 has to, like, be a factor as well.
So you don't think he becomes 6-4 versus Kansas City if he does go?
Yep, exactly. And from his birthday till the Super Bowl is 6 months, 4 days. I also consider that too.
All right, I guess I gotta do some more work on.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's a lot to it. And I thought maybe it was the Bills because when they beat the Patriots last week, Josh Allen had a total of 320 passing yards against the Patriots, Brady's former team, and Brady signed with the Bucs officially on 320. So I thought like maybe it's the Bills, and then like you got Bill, like a kind of like a play on Bill Belichick, I guess.
But you notice how the Super Bowl is 133 days after that person that I mentioned.
Yeah.
After his birthday, the Super Bowl is 133 days after his birthday.
And Green Bay became 13-3.
And football equals 133.
True. There's a lot of riddles that can go both ways.
Yeah, that's why I haven't made the video yet because I'm like, man, this stuff is like it's like a coin toss.
If they give him MVP,
it's a 50% chance.
Say it again.
I'm like, it's a 50% chance, like the other caller was saying.
True. True, man. This stuff is amazing, though, man. You do great work, man. Like seriously, like I went against you with the Cardinals spit out of all the.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, that was me in the chat, man. Talk secrets.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
Yeah, man. But because I try to like decode on my own to see like how good I am with it.
Yeah.
Show like how like you got it a little more down pat. You know what I'm saying? So I
appreciate that. I didn't even know that was you. I would never called you out. I didn't know that was you.
No. Anytime you call me out, any point in time, bro.
Yeah.
At any point in time, like I'm all about keeping it real and like I just appreciate you because like. I don't know, like, Zach could be full of shit at times, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just being real. Like, Zach could be like, like, he been doing it the longest, so, like, he be feeling himself, and, like, sometimes I feel like he be complacent in his work because we don't fully understand the functionality of, like the methods of what they're doing. We just know that these numbers line up so that they have to be doing this, like, they have to be manipulating this purposely. Like, this doesn't happen coincidentally. But how they do this, like, the full mechanics and the functionality of it, we don't understand that shit. So I don't try to act like I know, but I'm trying to figure out. But it's definitely a coded system that we live in, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah. But hell yeah, man, I continue to watch, man, continue to listen, and you continue doing your work, man, and continue being consistent and be humble, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Thanks a lot, brother. Thanks for the call.
All right, yep.
Yep. I guess we could take a couple of more calls if anybody else has anything to say. Man, I was still thinking about what that caller was saying, 50%. But yeah, so I don't know. There's definitely a narrative for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So, like I said, I'll put out the video soon, and I just want to make sure I'm 100% sure this time, and I don't want the Celtics thing to happen to me again. But the line is open if anybody else something to say. I guess, okay, so this will be our last call of the day. Hello, how you doing?
Peace, family. How's it going?
What's going on? I'm good.
Name is King. I been watching you for, I want to say, like about a month or so now, and it's really inspiring, you know, the work that you're doing, man. I just wanted to say keep it up. And I just have like one question. I'm young, so I'm trying to get into this stuff and study gematria and all these different things and these codes and whatnot. What's like the best way to figure out like who the riddle is for? You know what I mean?
Ask your question again.
So like last week, right? There was a game with the Orlando Magic and some other basketball team that I looked at,
Mm-hmm.
and the code was very clear for Vucevic to carry the game and Orlando gets the win, right? But like for some other games, it's difficult to understand who the riddle's for, what's going on, and like I'm like, is it just like knowing the history of the teams? Is it something else? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what you're trying to ask, cause it's like try to gather up your thoughts and just ask it fluently without stopping.
Okay. So I guess the main thing I'm asking is, as far as gambling goes and betting one team versus the other,
Okay.
and trying to figure out what's the best course of action for betting on a team.
Okay.
How do you like looking at?
I don't know how to respond to that. It just I guess it's experience, because you could give two gematria Dakotas the same game, and they could both come out with different outcomes. Like how the caller just called and he said that he likes the Buccaneers to go to the Super Bowl, and he gave out his reason. It's like, you know, Dakotas, they can look at the same game and use gematria and come out with different results. I guess that's what separates Dakotas from I guess what I don't know. You also have to have like some type of instincts and you know you have to make enough mistakes to see what works and what doesn't.
Okay.
I guess that's the best way to answer your question. You have to make enough mistakes to see what worked in the past and what didn't. All right.
Okay. Thank you, man. I appreciate you, and I appreciate these lives. I think one of the first ones I seen was like that I caught you live was on the Tiny from Friday, Debo.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you just found us.
Yeah, just recently.
Oh yeah, Debo. He died at the age of 62 from coronavirus.
Yeah.
And then there was a guy named Debo.
And all that shit
There was a
crazy.
player named Debo, and that was his last post on his Instagram. And then the player came back that same day that Debo died.
Wow.
Yeah. If you go to Debo's Instagram, his last post was he posted the NFL player Debo. And that same day that player came back from his fake injury, the same day that Debo the actor died. What are the odds?
Wow.
Yeah, but I appreciate you, Locola, and thanks for the support. Thank you for listening to the video and for sticking around.
For sure. I continue to support you. You have all my support and backing behind you, brother. Peace.
All right, take care. So I guess we can end it there. Thank you everybody that joined us today. Thank you to all the callers. Thank you to all the people that support the Patreon. Hopefully more people will join and you guys can benefit from it. Now, we're not gonna go 100% every single week, every single day. But we are more accurate than not. And you don't have to take my word for it, just you heard what the caller said. A lot of people made over $800 just today. Need I say more? I'm not charging $1 million for my service. This stuff is $10 a month. and that's it. And I'm never gonna raise it because I want people to be able to afford it so I can get into a studio. And I'm trying to take this to the next level, but I need help. That's all. Somebody says I need one more supporter to reach 223. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder about that because my Patreon, I'll have like 201 Patreons. And I'm like, man, I was just talking about that number in my decode. Sometimes then I'll see 2 people get deleted. I'm like, is it Patreon that's deleting them on purpose just to get me to 201? Yeah, Kunmi, if you want to learn how to place bets, there's YouTube videos online. You can just search, how to make a sports bet. And, you'll type in whatever application. If you look up Teddy Covers, I recommend you listen to him. He doesn't teach gematria, but he does teach people how to make bets online. So look up Teddy Covers. Thanks everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Thank you to all the supporters, and hopefully you get one step closer to reaching a goal. You guys enjoy your Sunday.